During the second week of Lent, we just heard the story of the transfiguration of Jesus. How as Jesus is on his way to Jerusalem, he goes to the top of the mountain, and there Peter, James, and John, the chosen band, get but a glimpse of Jesus' true identity as the Son of God. As the gospel tells us, his garments become dazzling white. They see Moses and Elijah, and they hear the voice from heaven. It is a clear reminder to them and a clear power to them of who Jesus truly is as God's beloved Son. And the timing of this story in the gospel is not something we can gloss over. Jesus gives this glimpse of his true identity to the band of apostles as he's on his way to Jerusalem to suffer and die, so that in a few days, when they would see him hanging on the cross in agony, dying in disgrace, they could remember what they saw on the mountain. They could remember his true identity and see through the power of the cross to the glory of the resurrection. It's a glimpse of hope. It's a powerful reminder that Christ would overcome death. And my friends, let's be honest. We need those in our lives as well. When a job is lost, when someone is diagnosed with terminal cancer, when a relationship falls apart, when any of the curveballs life throws our way, it's very hard sometimes in those Calvary moments to lose hope. It's very hard sometimes in those Calvary moments to forget who Jesus is as our triumphant Savior who conquers life and death. It is just like the apostles that we need in those difficult, trying, and troubling times to cling to what we saw on the mountain. Jesus, our risen Lord, the Son of God, conqueror of sin and death, who promises us that we too will overcome. None of us will never know what was running through Peter, James, and John's mind on the day of Good Friday when they saw Jesus dying in such agony, if they actually remembered what they saw on the mountain. But that's the gift God gave them, and that's the gift God gives to us. So the next time we're having a bad day, the next time life seems to be getting us down, the next time when nothing seems to be going our way, let us, like Peter, James, and John, remember that gift of who Jesus is, so that clinging to that hope, clinging to that promise Christ makes to us, we too can learn to rise above the difficulties of our lives through the power of God's love as we continue to hope in the promise of the resurrection. Not a homily, not a sermon, just something to think about.